Hello everybody, so today I am going to be testing these modified cars in this quarter mile drag race. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go down the strip. I'm not going to even be doing time trial mode, I'm just going to be doing this in free roam with this little thing, that little thing right here to race in free roam. Which is mostly just so I can have the trap speed because I would like to have that. So yeah. This is going to be for 36 points, so this is going to have a bit more weight than street ability. So let's go. Alright, so I'm going to be doing this in the same order as I introduce these cars. So I'm going to start with this 200BX, and I'm also using a Logitech D920 wheel, and I'm going to be racing these cars against that Sunburst over there. I just need something that can it's decently fast, but should still lose to all of these cars pretty easily. So let's stage this car. Hopefully I can get this all done because there's been a glitch I've noticed of the timing thing in free room not working all the time. Also sorry for the FPS, I just don't have a very good computer. So I think that's a pretty decent time. We'll see how that stacks up against the other cars. Alright, now time to do this 800 series. Now this card's a bit different because it's got an automatic. So I'm going to have to start this car from a stop basically without revving it because I want to start in manual mode because that's just easier. But I can't rev it because if I hold down the brake, like all the way down the brake, it'll just creep forward like that. So if these automatic cars, I can't do it. However, I've noticed if the one car here that does have a dual clutch is the Vivace, and I can't actually rev it for some reason. It's just different. So it's got a bit of a disadvantage off the line because I can't do it, but it does have wobble drive. Clearly the other thing is broken, so I'm going to go back here so you can see it, because, yeah, that car's finished, but, see, this is what happens. This is like a glitch. It'll just do this. Like, it's ridiculous. I hate it. So, yeah, since this car did trap at 1 mile per hour higher, I think I'm going to put this one in the lead before the 200BX in the standings, because they got the same time. So, next car. So, time to do the Gavril Barstow. This is the only car with drag tires in the rear, so we'll see how it does. It's got a lot of power. It does weigh a bit, though. Like, I think just under the ETK, and that car is, like, seats 5 people on the station wagon, so. It's at 0.1 behind the 200BX and ETK. So next car. Time to do the Bolide. This is the second least powerful car here, but it is mid-engine. However, the least powerful car here is all-wheel drive and sequential, so this weird feeling it might not be very good, but at least here. And that stuff is clearly very important. It is going a mile per hour higher than the Barstow, so we'll see how it does in 6150. Might have it there. Next car. Now I'm going to do a Cherrier Vivace. Now this car I can start from a stop while revving it, but I need to press on the brake pedals really hard, and apparently, like, the brake pedal's really stiff, and apparently that's just an issue with the Logitech G920 I have. Like, all wheels like this one, so... It's probably not going to show. Unless the Sunburst isn't finished yet. It just finished, so... yeah, it's not going to work. I'll just let it go. So that is a 9.9 at 150 miles per hour, so... I don't even need to do the 6150. I'm still going to do it, because that's... no, it crashed. It crashed. Oh, we'll look at that in a second. And it's dead. Anyways, next car. Now time for Gavril Marshal, the most powerful and heaviest car here, so we'll see how it does. I think it might be able to beat the Vivace. It's got 1,000 horsepower, which is like 300 more than the Vivace, 200 something. Now the Vivace does it's pretty close, 800. Not quite, but... 9.75 at 144 miles per hour. So I think it's slightly slower, but I got a really good launch. So yeah, this car is now in the lead for the drag race. Next car. Now for the ETK I-Series. This car's got that big arrow, so might slow it down. But we'll see how that's got all the drive valves, so. It does have that advantage. Try this again off camera, see if that's just something that happens all the time, or if that's something that went wrong. And if you're seeing this clip, that's something, like nothing's wrong. Well, something is wrong with the car, but nothing went wrong there. It's just how this car works. Like, it just did a backwards wheelie. With backwards wheeling, I mean it like the rear end just popped up under accelerator. How did it do that? I don't know. Because it's like, if it was like a time trial, then I guess maybe it was in the ground kind of. But it's not. So that's 11.4 at 135 miles per hour. I think that's like the second slowest. So next car. For the K-Series. And this car should do pretty similar to the 800 series because they had the same engine. And they are pretty similar. This car is lighter, but it has rear-wheel drive. So we'll see how that sort of affects everything. Faster than the 800 series. Not by much though, but it was faster. Next car. It's time for the Moonhawk. This thing should do pretty decently. Doesn't have the most power though, and it is a bit heavy, so. This car... may get a bit spoiled for launch in a couple runs, because I keep running into the glitch with the time fit. See how long it go though. I think it was much better launch than the launch that I've done before. 10.2! I think that puts it towards the top, so... Alright, well, the other car's broken, so... It was 10.2 at, like, 139. Yeah, these things are just... I hate them. But they're only way to get the trap speed, which is something I would like to have, so... There you go, there's the time. Next car. This is the Pessima. This is the least powerful car here, but it's got all-wheel drive and a sequential transmission. So, it could still set a pretty good lap, or quarter-mile time. Almost a lap time there, but slowly cruise to this stage in. About the same thing as I-Series, but not as extreme. Computer's not that great, so I'm slowly to get a good one. Maybe for this. Making up the 6th gear and it's at 10 seconds. That puts it in 3rd place, being the Moonhawk. That thing is fast. At least for how much power it makes. Moonhawk did have I think a higher speed at the end. Either way, that's 3rd place right now. We'll see how the Sunburst and the Soliad, which are the last 2 cars left, will do against it. So yeah, on to the Sunburst. Now time for the Hirochi Sunburst. This is all-wheel drive, but has a manual transmission. We'll see what it does. Too bad. So, that's not too bad. We'll see how that plays. I think that's towards the top. Final car is going to be the Soliad Wendover. Now the Soliad Wendover. This thing I think can set a pretty impressive time. think it's going pretty fast. 9.9, that's tied up to Vivace, but it's going to be right behind it because it did have a lower speed. So yeah. And I will show the final results. Alright, so that's it for the quarter-mile testing. On screen, I will have the results of the quarter-mile. And then I'll show the results for, like, overall. Which includes street ability. So that'll be, like, your final sort of scoring for right now. Next time we'll be doing 6150. And I think the trap speeds are going to actually really help. If you want to, like, guess who's going to do really good there. So goodbye.